Hey y'all, happy Juneteenth. That's what we're here to talk about today. I'm gonna tell you what Juneteenth is, why we celebrate it, all that. Juneteenth is short for June 19th. We know that. That's why we celebrate it on June 19th. But let me tell you how it all started. January 1st, 1863, Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, saying that all enslaved people in Confederate states would be free. It was not until 2.5 years later that the Union troops made their way down to Galveston, Texas, and let the enslaved people know that they were now free. Unfortunately, the Emancipation Proclamation did not fall into effect the same way it was expected to because it was specifically for states within the Confederate. If it was outside of that, such as places like Texas, it was really hard for it to be enforced. So no changes were really made in that initial time frame. So for 2.5 years, slavery was considered abolished. And yet, so many people down south were not free because no one told them. Because, of course, nobody wanted them to be free. So not only are we celebrating our freedom, but it's just a reminder of resiliency and the constant injustice that we face. Because we are not given access to the things that we are supposed to have access to. So, as you guys know, this has been something obviously that's been going on, a holiday that we've been celebrating for like almost 200 years. But it just became a federal holiday in 2021. So that means federally, it's only been recognized for the last 4 years. And let me tell you why. A woman named Opal Lee walked from Texas all the way to Washington, D.C. to prove her point, to show how important it is for us to celebrate Juneteenth. Again, it wasn't until 2021 where Joe Biden signed saying that this is now a federal holiday.
Hell yeah.
But for her to walk from Texas all the way to Washington, D.C., I don't know if y'all know how far that is. Go look it up. Go look it up. That, and when you look it up, it's going to be driving. Can you imagine walking that far? Do you know how long that took her? But she did it because she was standing on business.
It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
It was important and what needed to be done to get it recognized. That is a strong woman right there. Mind you, she was 89 at the time. 89. I'm 24. I don't know if I could do that. That's a lot of walking. That's a long distance. So good for her. She put that on a map for us. Shout out to her. Although Juneteenth reminds us of our past and where we've come from, it's also about the present and the things that we are still dealing with. Yes, we are no longer enslaved through labor, but that does not mean that we are not enslaved in other spaces. There are so many things that we don't have access to, that our rights are taken from, the way our legal system is set up, voter suppression, and the mental health, everything, all the systems that we talk about this all the time. All the systems that we deal with, we are still restricted in so many of those spaces, and we continue to push for more and for better for us. So Juneteenth is not only about our past and the pain that we've experienced, but how we can use it to push forward and make change for our future. Juneteenth reminds us that freedom is not a one-time victory. It is a continuous struggle.
Struggle is up, brother. Oppression is up, brother.
Something we are going to have to continue to push for each and every day as time goes on. We are pushing for change in our future while recognizing how far we've come and how far we need to go. Since Juneteenth has become a federal holiday, we are now seeing it being taught in schools, taught in just being taught overall. People are talking about it. People are trying to better understand what it is, because I know there are many spaces where I've been in where I had to tell people, hey, I'm not working on Thursday, so I can't do an appointment. And they're like, oh, why? I'm like, oh, it's a federal holiday. I'm like, what holiday? Juneteenth. And they're like lost. I remember even in the previous years where I did have to work, and they were like, I was like, I shouldn't be working. I need to be celebrate, barbecue, or whatever. And they're like, why? And I'm like, it's Juneteenth. And I had to explain to them what Juneteenth is and why it is so important for the Black community to recognize, where we were, where we are, and where we need to go. Juneteenth is about recognizing that even people who were in chains had dreams of freedom. We should be the same. We should be seeking change and seeking more freedom and the ability to do better in this world, to make a space that is good for us, to find a space where we fit and we can thrive and not just survive. We need more. Take the time today to take rest, to celebrate, to have a good time, to look back on your culture, to enjoy the foods that you love and support black businesses and go see there may be some events in your city today. Go check them out. Go learn more about the black community and engage yourself in what Juneteenth is really about for you, for the people around you, and just really recognize how far we've come and how much more we need to do. Enjoy your Juneteenth. Happy I could be here to talk to y'all. And that's all I have for y'all. Happy Juneteenth.